Okay. Oh wait, we gotta do the intro. Okay, all right. So a very long overdue welcome back to PEWTER.pints, the podcast dedicated to learning you everything you need to know about home improvement. I'm here with our chief command, Dave Imbronio. Myself,
into the mic, sir.
Myself, Kyle Turpin, and two very special guests, design extraordinaire Gene Ross, HGTV, designer of record, and Craig Gordon, cinematographer, director, SBE, among catalog and many other projects as well. And they can elaborate on that. But
we did this wrong. Yeah. We're supposed to crack the beers first.
Oh, really?
We're out of sync right now, and it's freaking me out.
Should we do it over?
No, it's okay. Let's keep going. Okay, let's roll with it. Can we try to do this all together? Because Jay's not doing it.
That's how long it's been. It's been probably, since COVID, probably a couple months since we've done this. So obviously we're out of sync, but let's just roll with it. So,
okay.
Crack the beer.
1, 3, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
And we could talk about this beer a little bit because it's because of Craig that we are drinking this beer today.
Is it because of Craig?
Yeah.
I had no idea. You introduced
Okay, so we were...
No, they introduced it to me, but I got overly excited about it.
Why wouldn't you?
It's juicy ass.
Juicy ass.
And then we mentioned it. I think we were doing Wellsworth. And we mentioned it in front of you.
Really?
And you were like, what?
Yeah.
Was it Wellsworth? Yeah, and you,
Oh my gosh, guys, my memory is so bad right now.
Yeah, you guys were like, what? All the...
Juicy ass.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You want a juicy ass?
All my texts.
It's my favorite beer.
Well, I'm about to throw back a juicy ass, so here we go.
So to add some context, I think in the first episode, Dave and I discussed our work with Property Brothers, and namely SBE, Scott Brothers Entertainment. And Craig is, or was, maybe still is. We can chat about that.
Yeah, we'll
How about your last few months, man? Was one of the cinematographers on a couple of projects, and we clicked. He's probably just as crazy as we are, and that's why. And then Gene is his wife, so that's why they're here in tandem. But anyhow, we got to talking about beer, and somehow the conversation of Juicy Ass came up, probably because it's a beer that we liked, and I think Craig took a liking to it. So we decided that today we would have to have Juicy Ass, and there was no other beer to bring.
Well, we actually saved, this is my favorite beer, and we saved this for you guys. So this is being long overdue, and I'm excited to do it. So
Love it. I know it has been long overdue.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to be here.
Well, thank you for sharing your juicy
we
ass.
have to get your mic closer to your face, I believe.
I'm going to get closer.
Do you want to readust it? Should we adjust?
Just pull it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you go handheld?
You're okay. We're
better.
some of us are learning, and some of us are obviously relearning. So, like I said, it's been a while, and we attempted a podcast a couple weeks ago, and it probably didn't fall in our favor, so I don't know that we'll release it, but COVID obviously set us back a little bit. And
we tried to explain staircases, and and it was just it was too long and informational driven that it was just we can't release this. We need to truncate it in a major way, and we'll do a half pints episode on it and make it super concise and just leave it at that. So that one's dead. That's never going to see the light of day.
You fell down the staircase.
It wasn't good. Let's just leave it at that. So that will never see the light of day.
I'm so intrigued about this. I'll just leave it.
Okay. Let's why don't we jump into? And Dave usually takes point lead on this because he likes beer maybe the most. But
I do.
Let's jump into a quick review, and then we can elaborate a little bit more on who you guys are and why the hell you're here.
I kind of want to throw this on you guys, to be honest. I want to see what your take on my favorite beer is.
Ooh. You go first.
Do we have tasting notes?
Definitely a Citra. There's a
Citra.
delicious hop in this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read what it is so I can sound a little bit more
completely on the spot here. So,
but it's very light.
It is light. As a woman, I was gonna say as a chick. As a woman.
I feel like
it's got a nice kick, It's smooth.
It is.
It is got a bit of a little
What's
bit
the kick?
I don't know. Let me try it
It
again.
is.
Normally I'd say, like,
You know what
kick
though?
is
It's
a little bit.
easy beer to get away from you because it is 6.5%. So
It's a bit- no,
okay.
for sure.
Get
I can see
I love
that.
that saying.
you can have
Oh,
a
got
couple.
away
You,
from me.
you can have
Officer,
a,
got away from me.
well, it's like your night could get away from you after a couple of these.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
because it's so easy drinking. It's easy to put them back and then
It's delicious.
yeah. So
That
you
extra-
got to be careful with the 6.5%. So
Yeah.
it's categorized, I think, as a strong beer after 6.
So it is.
Oh, it does. It
What-
says strong beer.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I know
I
what
think
I'm
this is the
talking about.
second highest IBU rating we've had. So it's a IBU of 69 appropriately,
For bitterness. 69 on the juicy ass.
yes.
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Marketing geniuses
There
over
we
there.
go.
Flying
Like
monkey.
killed it.
I have a confession. Usually, when I have a beer, and I shouldn't be like this because I need to be independent with my beer choices, but I always ask Craig, "What would I like?" Would you ever choose the juicy
I
ass
wouldn't
for
choose
me?
a juicy ass for you,
Weird,
no.
because I really do like it.
Why
but
is
I-
that? Too strong? Or just like the flavor profile?
Yeah,
Well, what do
she's
you
not.
suggest?
You're not an IPA kind of girl.
You like a
Even-
Miller High Life, like the champagne of beers? Yeah.
I really like. I guess
Who called
light.
it that? Whoever called it that.
Well, they did.
I know they did.
Someone in their marketing department needs to be
Let's go
fired.
to lunch. We
Yeah.
got it.
I've become too dependent. I think on my beer choices.
You like, I would say you like a Pilsner or a lager. She's a light, crispy.
But everything
I mean,
else,
this is light and
I have my
crispy,
own
so-
opinions, except for beer.
Yeah.
I make Craig choose them, but I really like it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
it's good.
A little more
It's really good.
sessionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strong, but it's. You can get. I can probably get one more down than I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I have to move on to something else.
I'm gonna stumble out of here, maybe.
Nah.
You wouldn't be the first. That's not the reason why we do this. I mean,
Yeah.
again, the idea was to kind of mimic our Friday evenings at the pub
Yeah.
where we
Couple friendly.
digress, but usually we keep it to 2 tops. We're either driving home or worst case calling a cab. But
Yeah.
hopefully,
Our favorite service
drive out of here.
is
Uber.
dads.
Yeah.
Dads. Designated drivers against drunk drivers. They come pick you and your vehicle up.
2 Ds.
2 of them, but in
3
two,
Ds,
two,
I
and 2
guess.
people
Yeah.
come pick you up in your car and they bring you home.
4 Ds.
Yeah, 4 Ds.
Designated dads against drunk drivers. 4
Designated
Ds.
drivers against drunk drivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Anyhow, let's move on from the beer.
Okay.
Are we on? We're
That's
done?
not-
I was
that's-
just about to start with the notes.
Yeah, okay.
Because
No.
there's
No.
You're gonna go.
that's
Give her.
4 notes.
That's not the. You guys aren't here for
Dave wants
that.
to hear it. I'll let you.
Yeah, so I think I touched on it a little bit. I mean, we met. I don't know who we met first. It's been so long. I mean, we shot. You shot buying and selling.
Yeah,
first,
we
so I
did
think
Property
you-
Brothers buying and selling.
Which is
and
Like, we met back in the day.
That was
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
And I only know that because, having updated the website, like I see the descriptions on the photos and such. But I obviously wasn't here for that. But 4 years ago. So you guys are like best friends.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Dave, right?
Yeah. So buying and selling 2016, and then we of course met Gene through Property Brothers Forever Home, which is their new flagship series, which for the most part has rolled out in Canada. I know all the episodes have been released and aired in the States. I think we have 2 to 3 left to go in Canada, and we can't quite solidify the air dates, but things are always changing. So
Apparently
we
nobody
get
cares.
there.
Once the American air dates happen,
Yeah.
nobody cares about the
Yeah.
Canadian rollout. So
And,
But-
and we're asking, we're waiting, we're trying to figure
Yeah.
out because I want to know when they air too.
I figured you'd have more pull because I sent an email. I got nothing back. So
I don't know what's going on.
I
I,
figured
knew the
you'd-
dates. They changed them.
They changed them.
I emailed and everybody's busy.
Times are strange, right?
Times are
Like it's
strange,
very
I get
not.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
not normal. So
No, totally.
give them a break. But if you follow our Instagram, you'll have seen some our work as well as Gene. So we work with Gene quite a bit. I think we've done
Twice.
two episodes for
Just not
Forever
enough.
Home. Yeah,
Not
which is
enough.
not enough.
No.
Because we love you like as a person and as a designer. So it's nice to
Aw.
work with you.
I love hearing that. I love you guys too.
Yeah.
I've worked
Person,
with
person was
thousands-
first.
Yeah,
Person was first.
he's gonna beat me
I
up
love
after
that.
this.
That person
He's gonna
was
beat
first.
me up after this.
No, I've worked with 100 contractors on all of these shows, and you guys were so good. The
Yeah.
communication was there. The professionalism was there. The cleanliness of job sites.
Well, that's
everything
just
was
because
amazing.
you got a 6.5% 12% beer in you. So.
No, it's nothing
thank
to
you.
do with the juicy ass.
There's like
Don't blame it on
one
the juicy
inch of
ass.
that beer in it.
That means nothing.
Yeah.
So what shows have you worked for? Is it solely, because I know you've done what is it, 23, 25 episodes with Property Brothers?
No, 60.
60.
Yeah, I've done 60 episodes with the boys. The brothers. I worked with them, I guess, since 2010, and traveled with them to different cities. And then obviously I had a baby and had to take some time off. But Craig and I met back in the day.
Yeah.
So did you guys meet on the show?
We met on the
Yeah.
show.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Very
And
cool.
That
my-
baby is a product of the
Property Brothers. Yes. Our baby.
Both are
Actually,
babies,
both our
technically.
babies
Yeah.
are. But it's
Too bad you didn't, like David Beckham named his kid Brooklyn because that's where it was conceived.
Oh, yeah.
Call your kid Property Brother.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Can you imagine? No way! I can't even joke about it, but that would be sweet. I think,
Buying
my mom,
and selling.
Yeah.
We have 2 kids.
Perfect.
My mom and dad met Craig before I even knew I was interested because they used to wallpaper for me in my episodes. Because I wanted this, I needed to get stuff for free, so I'd be like, "Mom and Dad, come up and wallpaper for me."
They're first of all, they're amazing wallpaper.
Your parents?
My mom and dad. Yeah, and just
Your
because
mom
my
and
mom's
dad.
good at everything.
Oh, and you met them first
Because
through
Craig
filming.
I was filming them
Got it.
Watched,
on
like,
one of our
episodes.
process
Oh, okay,
days.
cool.
Yeah. So he met them first. My mom texted me. She's like, "So Craig's really cute. Why don't you guys go on a date?"
Didn't she send you a picture of me?
She did. My dad sent
Like
me
a sweaty picture. It was the hottest.
Did he have a mustache then?
No mustache.
No. Yeah. Okay, so I can see why they would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really cute. Why don't you guys go out? Because I was like single and ready to mingle. And
Dude with a mustache over here. I love it.
I also have one.
Yeah, we balanced it out.
Yeah.
A mustache on
Yeah.
either side of the table.
Yeah.
That's all you can handle.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wicked.
my mom and dad predicted us. I met Craig before. And he forgot who I was in the office.
Yeah.
But then my mom and dad were
He
like,
did
"You
that
should
with
date
me,
this
that
guy."
son of a gun.
I'm like,
You're like, "Oh." But you didn't really forget. You just pretended like you forgot me.
no, that was actually, I'm just stupid.
It's playing
Oh,
hard to
so you
get.
forgot
Yeah.
about
It
who
was one of those things I instantly said, "Hi, I'm Craig," and then while I was saying that, I was like, "Fuck, I know her." already." I had to commit to it.
So yeah, then we got married.
Okay, so how long?
Right after that
This
moment.
was
Yeah.
2011, I guess.
Okay, so it's been some time.
It's been some time.
Good.
And we got engaged and after 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't know that. I mean, maybe we found out after. I'm sure we did. Obviously, we know now because you're here.
You met Craig and then you didn't know we were together.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't.
Yeah.
Like, whispers and and I'm like, oh, okay.
People
And I
are
was like,
whispering
well,
that
we
to
like,
you?
we like both of them. This makes sense that they like each other. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, besides buying and selling, you guys worked with Gene first, because I do remember.
No, we didn't because I had left Property Brothers to go on mat leave.
No, like besides on the most recent reiteration of
Oh yeah, maybe then
the show, you guys
Yeah.
had dealt with Gene before because she had mentioned you guys before to me because
and they're
we
he's
talked.
like, "Oh yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah.
They're all right."
That was
Great.
Wellsworth, yeah.
Yeah.
That was yeah. And the first time I met Dave, his mom came, and I
Okay.
thought that was so sweet.
Let's talk about that.
Where was that?
Let's
That was
talk about that.
Wellsworth because we'd never met, and I'm used to
Oh,
working
yeah,
with
yeah,
different
we did the
contractors.
walkthrough, yeah,
we did
yeah.
the walkthrough, and then your mom came. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really sweet, because I've never had a contractor where their mom comes. I mean,
No.
obviously
Oh, yeah.
it's a family
It's
business,
a family
right?
business. Let's,
And I get it. It's adorable because I come from a family business, so I was like, oh, that's really sweet. So I get it.
Yeah, what's the general demographic? I mean, we obviously got to sit down with a bunch of them, like all the contractors. During that time, Jonathan took us out for burgers and beers.
That was right.
That was cool.
That was cool.
yeah.
Such a Scott brother thing to do.
Yeah,
Getting everybody together.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool.
That was cool.
So, but it was just funny just looking at the different demographics of contractors,
Yeah.
and you know, all kinds. Or you have like the old typical Italian,
Yeah,
you know,
literally,
and
yeah.
then all the way
Huge
down
hands.
to like the far end of the spectrum where the guy like doesn't know nothing about construction, but like
Subs everything out.
yeah,
Right,
right. Like
exactly.
they're the more
Subs everything out, yeah.
business-minded
Yeah.
kind of
For
contractor, right? And that's they project manage and just handle an actual business
Yeah.
rather than which is cool to see. It's So I think one of the questions I have for you is, what do you see as successful? Like, obviously they all get done.
They all get done for sure. And
Without naming names.
of course.
Start throwing people on the bus.
No way.
Where's the bus?
No, I think for me, I feel like in any renovation, especially in television too, because it's so fast paced, there needs to be like love and heart in every single episode. I know they all get done and it always happens, but there needs to be that like caring and love that goes into a reno. And I really feel like you guys, again, it's a family business and you really care about, the whole thing that you've got going on.
Yeah.
You can tell. And I feel like that translates really well to the final product, which I really relate to because I put myself into every single project I do. And I think I like working with people with the same kind of attitude.
Passion.
With
Yeah.
That's exactly it, Craig. Thank you.
And it's funny because as a designer, like, you have this concept in your head, you are trying to execute it, but you have to have somebody else physically do it. And I can see how that would be very frustrating,
stressful
at times,
if
right?
There's no trust.
I would
it's
say
really stressful. You can't I stay up at night worrying if I don't trust the people I'm working with, and I never felt that way with you guys, but I have felt that way in the past, and it's awful. And you hear about it all the time too, for sure. But trust is a big
This is
thing.
news to me.
Well, just imagine a painter that can't actually physically paint.
Yeah.
Trying to describe a painting to you.
Yeah, and then hoping that the other person
No, like
is going to paint it properly.
Paint like this. You know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's fun to watch. I mean, I watch it all the time. I watch it with you guys. I watch
What do
it
you
with
mean it's fun to watch? What do you mean?
The stress.
Elaborate. What do
The
you
stress
mean?
that she's put under is funny to you. I think that's why communication is so key, especially
Exactly.
under these circumstances with these television shows, right? Because it's timelines. We're talking in some cases was 6 weeks. I know now, like, we're working more along the lines of 8 weeks, which is manageable. And
well, buying and selling, when we were doing those episodes, they were like
It's crazy.
21 to like 25 days, which is just absolutely ridiculous.
Bananas. Yeah.
So,
But the fact, if you can perform at that level, you can do anything pretty much, right? Like, there's no timeline it should ever scare you.
It's oftentimes it has been stressful, but it's given us the formula to be successful on the retail side of our business as well, because we can perform at such a high level at such a rapid pace, right? You take nothing away from quality when you're working at the clip that we are, because we've done it so many times, right? And I'm sure it's the same for you. It's like we've gotten so good at just being expedient that, as I said, it takes nothing away from
quality.
The quality and the broader
well, because you know what it is. Like, at the end of the day, like, drying times and curing times are relatively short to the length of a project, right? All you have to do is show up and do it, right? So as long as the materials are showing up and you can continuously work, everything's great, right? I think that's the biggest differentiation between a typical renovation and working on a TV show.
But
with a TV show, we have an army of people like yourselves making sure that everything is actually arriving and fitting a schedule.
You're not giving yourself enough credit. It's easy for you to say because you guys make it look easy, but I'm telling you, it's not easy for some people.
Well, it takes a ridiculous amount of foresight.
No, for sure.
and experience to even be able to execute at that clip.
But I'm saying is, you got it. Like, but a lot of times some people don't have it. They don't know what it takes to go that fast. You guys, you do make it look easy, and you made me feel like it was easy.
I would also say, too, if I could just interject.
You may interject.
Let's cut that, and we're going to use that from marketing.
Yeah. And interject.
Well, don't cut it yet, because I was just going to compliment you guys.
All right, okay, go ahead.
But no, I've dealt with a lot of contractors in a lot of television situations. I've worked on a lot of renovation shows, and I'd say for one thing is I never, ever saw you guys stress out, which was really funny to me because I was like, I was stressed out with the timeline a little bit. Like, I was like, holy.
No, you just get it done, right?
Never once did I ever see like
Never lose your cool.
a
Ever.
snap
Yeah.
where I would have snapped like 50
I
times.
think
I couldn't
It's
deal with it.
counterproductive. Doesn't do
So
anything.
true.
It's so
Yeah.
true, but to be able to know that and to
And
actually
like,
control it,
implement that
and
in
I
your
think
emotions,
it goes
yeah.
back to your point. Is like this is very much a family business, and I think
Yeah.
we're trying to outgrow that. But it's also like Dave and I grew up together. We were roommates in university, and I've known Jay. He's been like my little brother for so long. So
Jake, can you check the camera?
we try not to. We try to have fun in a lot of what we're doing, and we all have a common goal, and we get there however which way we can, right? So, as I mentioned before on previous projects, we've had 18-hour days, and not everyone sees that because you guys come for a couple hours, and the camera crew, not so much you, but and then maybe leave, and like we have a bit of fun, and I think it's nice to have that banter with you guys because it gives us like some comedic relief and like a break during the day, but after that, it's like, you know, we're working hard.
Yeah,
and we're
crew's
working
gone.
late.
Let's get this done.
I think last summer, and I was talking to someone about this the other day because they mentioned their buddy had worked 27 days in a row, and I think we were up to 40 something at one point.
Wow.
One of which day I was like sick, and Dave and I went in on a Sunday and we were tiling, and I felt better after because I was out of bed and I had something to do. But
Was it my tiling?
No, it
Okay,
was
good.
one of Aaron's jobs. Yeah,
I was like, you guys hated me after that time.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fine. That was fine.
Okay.
It was a lot.
Sorry.
This is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. But not to say that it is stressful behind the scenes, but it's like, you know. But it's
how
a
do you
lot.
get
It's a lot
through
of work. So like, maybe it looks easy, you know.
It's a challenge though, and you have to rise to the occasion, right? You have to pick yourself up and go for it, right? There's a common goal that's creating a TV show, and there's something bigger at play than just us, just you, right? It's the culmination of everything that we're doing, and I don't want to be the weakest link. And the funniest thing is the last episode that we did was the absolute craziest. We had this beautiful 8-week project that ended up getting shrunk down to essentially 3 weeks in total. And by the time we got the engineering review back, because we opened everything up and we found this Frankenstein arrangement that the previous homeowner had left us, and we had to bring in the engineer and figure out this crazy contraption of a beam setup that would allow us to execute what we had to do to fit our kitchen that was going in. And right, like you order the kitchen, you can't change it after.
Yeah.
Right, it has to go in. So we had to design everything to make it fit, and it was the craziest thing that we've ever had to do. But essentially, we had 2 weeks to take the project from framing inspection, to completion. And
like furniture in completion.
Furniture in completion.
It was
2 weeks.
Not like
less
the
than that.
last-
It was 12 days.
Yeah.
From drywall to completion, it was 12 days.
Yeah.
Well, I think my mom came that one day,
Yeah.
and she was picking
And-
Bowie.
And your dad was
My
there
mom
as
and
well.
dad were there.
Yeah.
My mom.
No,
yeah,
you're thinking
That's Douglas.
Douglas.
Yeah.
Douglas was nicer than the
Was it-
one after.
Okay. I was thinking.
Beresford was crazy.
It was. They were all crazy, but
They were.
Good.
That was.
Oh, because
that,
we weren't on Beresford, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
that
wasn't
was
on
like a
Beresford.
2 week.
That was
2 weeks. That was,
Beresford had asbestos in all the plaster and stuff too, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was like a major.
Yeah.
we lost 5 weeks out of
I
the
remember that.
renovation.
Oh.
They
Yeah, I remember that.
remediated the whole main
Yeah.
floor. Like they pretty
I was-
much
I
did our
filmed
demo
that,
for
yeah.
us.
Well, my mom came in. My mom and dad came in to pick up Bowie, and
Great name, by the way.
thank you.
Well done, guys.
We made it up.
We totally made it
We
up.
invented it.
I'm sure you did.
They're like,
Sounds like it.
how? I don't understand how these guys are going to do it. Like, my mom was genuinely worried about it. She was so sweet.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's what you guys do.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, our introduction to things was buying and selling. So like 21 days, do a $150,000 to $170,000 renovation, Canadian dollars.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's next level.
It's next level.
And if you can do that, then you can get pulled forward. Because I think we were only one of 2 contractors to get pulled forward from the
Cineflix to SBE.
That was.
They reached out to us.
Yeah, they found us on House.
House, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Crazy.
just
I mean,
out of
that's
the
great.
blue. Out of the blue, they found us on House.
Usually it's like somebody saying, I know these guys, but how is this great? They were, I mean, it's research.
It justifies the $400 bill a month.
I think it was
Good,
more
well,
at that point.
Good ROI if you get one job out
So
of
when
it.
you first came on, I'm always interested to hear, contractors' perspectives and all that, but when you first did the first episode, what did you think? Like, this is insane.
Like buying and selling.
Yeah.
So Laura
Writer.
Reed, yeah,
Yeah.
she was producing it,
Yeah.
and she was like, "You can do it. People do it. You can do it." I was like,
No big deal.
"All right."
That's a pep talk.
Are you my new mom?
I was like, "Okay, she's right. If somebody else can do it, I can freaking do it." So we just.
Did
Pretty much, I told everybody in our lives that we're not going to
We can
see
do
you
it.
until this is done because
Right.
we can do it. And
It's a t-shirt.
yeah,
Buying and selling, we can do it.
and pretty much just simply schedule it out, have everything show up, and
Yeah.
have everybody scheduled in. And even if there is a little bit of, oh crap, we missed a day here or whatever, at least if you send out a request right in the very beginning of the project, as soon as you know you have it, and you let your subtrades know, I need you this week, they have a time slot open for you that week.
Right.
And if there's a day shift, chances are they can move somebody else into the empty time slot that you've now created and afforded yourself the opportunity of. It's very simple if you think about it, right? Just
Right.
plan ahead, book people in, and plan ahead. And as long as
My mind is blown right now.
Yeah.
right,
Because we did a
it's
reno.
not that hard.
No, not
We
even
did a
that.
reno and they're just like,
sometimes it's the excuses that you hear that certain things can't be booked ahead of time.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah, this
So
is-
even hearing you say it, it's
Yeah.
amazing and like music to my
it's like
ear.
it's just
My
like
ears.
you have to have a schedule, you have to have a plan, and then you
Yeah.
have to make people adhere to your plan. You have to believe in it enough yourself to make other people believe in it and make it come to fruition.
So that's-
kind of like a
Everything is fine.
designer.
Everything's fine.
Everything's
Everything is fine.
Moving
You
on
sent me
to-
that. You
yeah.
sent me that photo of the dog in the burning house.
So true. Everything's
Did you
fine.
show me that photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's just a classic
you
thing
did,
for
you did,
when
you
things
did.
are not fine and you're like, everything's fine.
everything's
We're
I
good.
think that's a good segue though, because you guys mentioned that you renovated your house, and often when we post photos where you're behind the design, those are our most liked images. So
Oh, that's nice to hear.
yeah, and we see like we follow you on Instagram, obviously, our buddies. What, at Gene Ross?
Of course.
Yeah, at Gene Ross, follow. But we see, like, Dave and I were talking about your house the other day, like how cool it is.
Aw.
you have such a distinct style.
So yeah, so that was
you can watch a Property Brothers episode and be like, that's a Gene episode.
So,
Really?
so
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah, my question to
amazing.
you would be, well, Craig, like how much fun do you have executing on all of her ideas on the daily? And then two, how would you define your design language? Like for us, we categorize a lot of, our jobs as like contemporary or modern, traditional, transitional, and that's kind of like our wheelhouse. And I know there's a lot of in-betweens, but I feel like you fall somewhere in between, or like you're almost not in your own lane, but you have very distinct design language. So have you like defined it or categorized it or
I feel really uncomfortable with defining
yeah, okay,
things.
fair enough.
So
because it is
anytime-
very
yeah.
unique and
That's really
Yeah.
that I'm like. It's really nice to hear, and I think I could take it as the biggest compliment ever. I have no idea, and I think everybody's different. So I keep feeling so much pressure to have a certain look and style on Instagram, right? Like
Yeah.
having like that aesthetic, but I can't because first of all, homeowners are always different, and their styles are always different. But I think maybe it's just eclectic, I guess. Or just
No, you can't. I don't think you can label it.
so what do you label it as then?
You can't. Like, just to follow up on your question there, one of my favorite stories is like we just did like a little powder room.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Isn't there
so-
like a porcelain tiger in there or something?
Yeah,
You know it.
it's a cougar.
Yeah, I love that.
And-
And it was just under the. You just opened up the stairs.
Yeah.
How
so
cool is that?
we had pre-planned it. I'd
Craig,
roughed in the plumbing
he
for
roughed it in,
underneath there.
yeah.
We had planned to do it, and then finally we were having a second baby, so we thought let's get this bathroom done in case people come over, and then we have 2 bathrooms in our house. So
Yeah. Because the one was
multiple
upstairs.
locations.
Yeah.
And Jean's like, "Can we get this done before the baby?" I said, "For sure." And and I am not a contractor by any means, but I'm like, "For sure." And then she comes home with
No
this
pressure.
door that has a round top to it.
Yeah.
And this is just
Saw
like
it.
a classic Jean moment where I'm just like, "That door's lovely." And
Honey,
very cool.
you're very pregnant.
I love Lord of the
you.
Rings. But
Lord of the Rings.
I don't know if you know the waves that this door causes for me as a non-professional contractor.
Solution has a
So it's
problem.
like YouTube.
Every problem
like-
has a solution.
Yeah.
Just set it back.
No, for sure.
Every
But,
problem
and
is-
and
that's
I
how
would
I
love to
feel.
hear Dave say that because he's a guy that has a lot of solutions for things. But a regular guy like me that sees a rounded door is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, let me call my buddy Bilbo Baggins to
Yeah.
find out how to trim this out properly.
So if you were a hobbit.
yeah, I would nail,
Guys, first of
I
all,
would nail the trim on that. if I was a
archways are
hobbit.
hot right now.
It looked amazing, and I'm glad
nothing
we
to
did
do
it.
with Lord of the
But
Rings.
during it,
You know what my next question was? Not to take away from this conversation, because we can continue on
No,
this,
no,
because I love
move
Arch
on.
Doorways and I love Lord of the Rings. It was a great film. I was going to ask, like, what are a lot of the asks or the trends you're seeing right now? Like, we've been picking up on,
The biggest thing I've seen,
yeah,
everybody's going back to framed cabinets.
Yeah.
What is with that?
What is that? What is that?
Instagram loves. Okay, so this is, well, technically this is framed. Holy shit!
you guys are ahead of the grade.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, this is not. So this is a bank of cabinets, and it's just doors next to doors, right? That's it.
Right.
A framed cabinet would have
Space in between.
space in between.
Like,
Yeah.
wide
And
gables
it was
almost.
very prominent back in the day, and then they
So wait a
decided.
second. Maybe define back in the day for everybody.
Gonna date us.
That was like pre, like 80s and pre,
Exactly.
right?
That is so
Like 70s?
big right now. 70s.
Yeah, so what are you seeing?
80s.
We've been seeing a lot of black finishings and trimmings,
Yep.
and I think that's
But even
Yeah.
just what you said about the framed cabinets in being 80s, all of that's back now. Like the pinks and the pastels, the archways. It's huge.
Yeah,
It's big. It's really big and exciting.
yeah. It's obviously updated and fresher
Updated and fresh, yeah.
everything. The funniest one, like, because I'm starting to get like, oh, I want a black island, I want black lowers, I want,
everything's black.
and it's like,
I,
you have any idea how bad that's gonna be for you?
right?
You have little kids, or you're.
But how do you guys feel about trends, though? I guess is an interesting
I
question.
prefer to keep it classic.
Me
I
too.
don't mind. I love transitional.
Yeah.
If
Where you have that old world flair, you can mix it with the new stuff.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's gonna have lasting appeal to it.
Yeah.
Where if you pick something so super trendy that people are gonna be like, oh, like
if you
did blue.
If you have a lot of money and plan on keeping it, then you can afford to be trendy.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it's going to date itself in
Yeah.
no time, and you're likely going to want to change it if you're partial to design, and if not, then gladly keep it. But
But just look at your shoes, Kyle. Like there's
Something's never
things
go up.
never goes down, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just remember
it.
those on the job site.
I'm an old soul. yeah.
Nothing better than cats.
But yeah, no. It's so we try to, and every client's different, but I don't know. I think our lane is pretty well traditional. Oftentimes,
Well, for us, like the majority of our clients are people who have finally accomplished what they've wanted to accomplish and are ready to do things right.
Right.
And it's not that value is nothing, but They want that richness. They want that permanence. They want that that solidity of I've made it. This is what I'm going to do for myself, my family, and it's fun to build that way, honestly. And for the most part, they tend to kind of go in the traditional, transitional kind of route, right? Maybe contemporary, but I would say like this showroom is pretty much where they generally end up, because it's that nice blend of fresh and new with those old world tones, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the old world tones is kind of what grounds everything and allows it to have that lasting appeal, which I think is big, right? If people are going to spend an enormous amount of money investing in their home, they want it to, I would say anybody frugal, anybody not frugal, but sensible is going to want that to continue to be lasting if they're going to do it properly.
Right.
Because there's a very big difference between just a lipstick job versus doing it correctly. And if you're going to do it correctly, you're going to want to have it last longer, right? So
yeah,
you want that 20-25 years out of it and have it still look good. So I think it's fun building that way, I would say. We certainly have a good time.
Yeah.
Makes for good Instagram as well.
For sure. I think classic is the way to go, and then layer it with trending.
So I have a serious question to ask.
Yes. I feel like you're asking me this.
Yes. Yeah, Craig, this is for
serious.
you. We spoke a little bit about design, and now we need to hammer home on the the setup around here. What do you think? What's the
So
are we doing okay for contractors or what?
So to add some context to the few viewers that will actually watch this,
Wow. Take two.
we like to take a shot at ourselves sometimes, tongue in cheek. We've had a tough time figuring out the lighting and the vantage points for cameras, and obviously this isn't our bread and butter.
Correct.
Craig, luckily, does this for a living. So we brought him in and we let him do his thing. We put him to work.
We gave him our modest tools.
Yeah, so anyone who's seen podcasts in the past will notice that this is, the light is
significantly different than what we
yeah, and I'm sure the camera setup is a lot better too. So
if you had to give us a rating, 1 to 10.
Well,
you know what? Like,
have you
there's
seen
worse work lights than Milwaukee work
Yeah.
lights. So you're
maybe you can
it's not Ryobi work
Can you
lights.
hand to our setup?
No, it's good. I mean, you guys are. You know what? This sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's like these microphones are great.
Yeah.
No, it's good, man. It's tough.
Okay,
right?
so if you got $2,000, what are you doing with it?
For
like after microphones or
Oh, for lighting? No,
For
to
lighting?
upgrade. What's your next
So
$2,000?
what can we do to better our setup here?
for
Situation.
for $2,000, man. Like that's your
Say it
television's expensive, man. But like,
more than that. Wow.
yeah,
We gotta.
I'll give you a rental for
We gotta book another
$2,000.
job.
Like, I'll get you set up. No, you got. I don't know. You look good. You got a couple work lights here. I would do something. Maybe you know what?
Get another Milwaukee.
No.
Typically, we have pieces of foam
Diffusion, that's what I
dangling
was gonna
over to diffuse them.
I would just go buy some diffusion.
To be honest, you showed up earlier than we were ready for.
I could have
Oh,
brought
you
some.
guys were
I
right
got
on
some-
time.
I know we
Yes.
were really, we
We
actually
just
Probably
were.
have some in the car.
Yeah,
like,
here.
Yeah, but like we
diffuse.
just
It's like you know when they used to say like you put margarine on the lens or or Vaseline on the lens.
So you just put some sort of like
instead just put on the light.
transparent
Yeah,
paper
just
We
diffuse the
actually-
light and it will soften it and make
We
it
figured out that we could turn these off about 4 episodes
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah. You guys are all
After
squinting
no
in
one
the
could,
shot.
we couldn't see, no one could see us.
Yeah. But you're doing great.
we did
Alright,
have
good
that.
to
We
know.
did have that. Just didn't get to it today, to be honest.
Well,
with
we're
you.
getting
Forgot
there.
about it, but
I've seen worse.
We're getting there. You know what? We put this.
This thing's a little like I feel like that's aimed right at my eyeball. But
Yeah, it is.
but it's
So-
like it adds a nice
an aura.
yeah, it's great.
It's beautiful.
I love when Dave turned it on. He was like, "Hey, Craig,
Check this out.
check this out, bud.
Took me about 20 seconds.
This is the first. I just thought about this.
So
Check check out this other work light we have down here.
We typically have it over here, shining on Jay, but we had to completely change it and figured this would be.
Was that in Jay's contract? It's in his rider, right? To have like a specific J
exactly.
light.
Yeah, he's got a J light. Typically, it's the
Classic
one, 2, 3, whatever, and then so it's like 1 light, 2 lights,
3-point lighting
3,
setup.
Bam.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just killing it.
It's like
right?
you Googled it or something.
Yeah, except it's completely incorrectly executed. We do have 3 lights though.
The good thing about this podcast is you don't have to look at us if you don't want to, and I wouldn't blame you. So we're also on iTunes, right? So
Yeah, you guys
don't
sound
even
lovely.
you
You
don't-
sound lovely.
Yeah, the audio is
This is
the video. We're working on
yeah.
it, but you could just plug us in to your
Yeah.
headphones and
Listen to
listen.
some rainbow.
You'll have no idea what we're talking about, and it's probably for the better.
I'll watch this one.
Yeah. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys for coming. And like, we had a lot of fun. Hopefully, we didn't ramble too much. I mean, I know we had
it's
some
great.
sort of structure. Things we wanted to speak on, but I don't know. We like to think of you guys as friends more than working associates or professionals. So I'm glad that maybe we went off topic a little bit.
Yeah. It was fun.
No, it was
I had
great.
fun.
So much fun.
And yeah,
Thank
so
you for having
at
us.
Jean Ross, please follow her if you're following us. And what's your MySpace? No? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't
it,
know.
yeah. So kindly like, subscribe, follow, whatever.
Hopefully you had some fun with this.
And
Yeah.
well, again, we appreciate you guys coming, honestly.
Yeah, it was fun,
Thank
man.
you so
And we hope
much.
to work with you again soon.
I hope
Yeah.
so too.
Once all this craziness subsides, maybe in the new year.
Yeah.
And at the very least, we'll keep in touch.
At 100%.
Well, you got to bring me my Peter hat tomorrow.
That's true.
Right? Like we have a big
I'll be
plan
there.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Well,
Cheers,
until-
yes.
cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Juicy ass.